Hi, this is Paul from finishYourSong.com. In the last video, I looked at how to set up a drum map in Cubase. In this video, I want to take that one stage further and have a look at setting up an alternate drum map. The scenario we're looking at is that we have a song here set up in Cubase. We've got the drum part in front of us and it's all using one instance of EZDrummer. What we want to do is add some lift to the bridge by using a different drum set. Now, in this instance, what we're going to do is use a set of drums out of Kontakt. So, first thing we do is to take the bridge section here and just drag it down onto the Kontakt track. It would be nice if that was all we had to do, but the mapping of the drums in Kontakt is different from the particular version of EZDrummer we're using, so we have to alter that. Now you could go in and alter the notes in the bridge. This is the instance you've got, so you could go in and find where all of these are and move them around so that they align with the mapping in Kontakt. However, that's a lot of work, and as soon as you start to move these notes you run the risk of disturbing the groove that you've already set up. There is a way around that, which I can look at in a future video. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to leave these notes exactly where they are and make them think that they're different notes. The way we do this is with the output notes in the drum map. If we go into Kontakt, you'll see that I'm actually using the EZX Classic drum map because that's the drum kit that's playing the most part of this song. What we're going to do is we're going to open that drum map and we're going to save it . We're going to make a copy. We're going to save that as EZX Classic to Kontakt. We just double click on that to rename that to Kontakt. And that's it. Now, what we have here is the drum map as it's set up with the input note, the pitch of the note and the output note, all of which are the same. The MIDI channel and the way it displays when you display it in an editor. You can change the output note so that it becomes different. I've used this in the past when we were using the Atari back in the day and we wanted to map one drum part to two different synthesizers. What we had was a U220 and a TR-626, and often we would map the parts so that either the voices sounded on the different synths, or we will double up a snare part by programming it on two separate notes and then changing the MIDI channel so that it would output a snare on channel 10 to the U220 and on channel 11 to the TR-626, so we'd get a layered snare sound. It was a bit primitive, but it worked reasonably well for the day. So what we're going to do now is go through in Kontakt and have a look and see what notes we need to alter so that when we play this, it plays right. So here's our map with all the parts, all the notes in the part. And the other thing we need open before we start is Kontakt itself. And I've set it up here to use the funk kit. So we go back into here. Now you can actually access this from within the drum editor, and it's an easier way to do it. So what we'll do is we'll close that, go into here, and now we'll pick the EZ Classic to Kontakt. When we open this up, we should be able to make the changes directly simply by grabbing hold of that and pulling it across until we see the output notes. So let's have a look, see what we're using. We've got the kick on C1, and the kick in Kontakt is on note C1. There we are, so that's mapped. The next thing up is the snare, which is on D1. Snare left, D1. Then most of this part is on the rim shot, which is on E1. If we check the rim shot, we'll find that it's actually on E flat 1. So what we'll do is we'll go in and make that D sharp 1. And that's fine. The Classic actually has a snare rough on D sharp 1, but if we hit either an E1 or a D sharp 1, the output note will be a D sharp 1 and we'll get to hear the snare shot. So we'll just click on that. And as you can see, that's now playing through into Kontakt and playing the rim shot. And it's a question of going through and making those changes. As you can hear, that doesn't, the D0 doesn't sound like an open hi-hat. So we find the open hi-hat, which is a B flat 1 or an A sharp 1. We type that in, A sharp 1, and so on. I'll just go through now and remap the whole of this, and I'll meet you up in a moment. And there we are. I've just mapped the last of the voices that we've used to the symbol, crash symbol 2 in Kontakt, which is actually an A2, which is a splash symbol in this kit. So let's close that now, and the EZX Classic to Kontakt drum map is there. So we now lift that up. As we can see, all our mappings are the same here. We've still got the closed hi-hat on F sharp 1 and A sharp -1. We go into here, and our mapping is A sharp -1 or F sharp 1, but they both come out on that because we're using the alternate map. And we'll just put that back, and this is what it sounds like. So there you are. We've now created an alternate drum map. We can reuse that at any time, and we haven't had to alter the groove or start editing the notes in our drum pattern in any way. It's another use for drum maps that's quite handy. So until next time, take care of yourselves.